Hey Mr. Quigley, this is Thomas from TNS RV. We're not doing a walkthrough, so I'm sending you a couple of videos on your rig here. So we'll send you a couple videos so you kind of get a layout of what the rig does and where everything is. So on this video, we are going to be going over the electrical here, and I'll do another video over the water system, and then another video over the AquaHot system as well. But as you walk into your main side door here, you have two buttons, or a switch and a button. Onto the left hand side will be a rotary switch. That is going to be your battery disconnect. It's in the on position now, and then when it's vertical, it'll be off. So if you're going to be putting in storage mode and you're not going to be plugging it in and you don't have food inside the refrigerator, cut that 12 volt battery disconnect off right there. But in order for this to work off grid as well, on the other side of this step well, that little blue ring right there, it's a button. That's going to be for their 51 volt side right there. So in order to turn the battery on, it's a push and hold that button for like 3 or 4 seconds. You'll hear a thud come underneath the bench seat where the battery box is, and I'll show you here. You'll turn that on, you'll hear a thud, and the thud's coming from this Lithionics battery management system right there. It's what activates the 51 volt battery that's on board here. Once that's activated, it'll send power through, and then when you plug your van in, or when you turn the inverter on, it'll use a 51 volt power, and then it'll convert 51 volt power down to 100 or up to 110 volt DC power. While we're here in the battery box here, you have a distribution cable or distribution bar right here, that red case. That's going to be on the 51 volt side, and you also have another distribution up on the wall right here of the battery box. That's going to be your 12 volt side. This blue box right there is going to be your solar controller. That's where your solar panels are going to come down, and this regulates the incoming power and regulates it across to 51 volts to charge the onboard battery. These two blue boxes right here, these are your converter chargers. This is what's going to convert 48 volts over the 12 volt for your van, for all the lights and anything that's 12 volt that's on board. That's what it's going to power up and send power to it, okay? This right here is your Victron Multi Plus 2 3000 watt inverter charger. It will give you light display here. Right now we are off grid, so we are strictly inverting power from battery to 110. When you plug the van in or run, no generator on here, but when you plug the van in, so left hand side will light up and it'll tell you mains are on, so it knows that it's plugged in, and it'll either tell you bulk, absorb, or float charge right there. So that's pretty much everything that's inside your battery box. Your battery does have an onboard heating element right there, so when it gets below 42 degrees, it will activate and turn on the battery warmer, okay? Now, on the B pillars, on the passenger side B pillar, you got your Spider control system, and then on the driver side B pillar, you have your Serbo GX. So let's start over here at the Spider control system. We'll go to the home page here. In the home page, you have a couple of switch lights for some of the main lighting here. So if you push it on and off, you can turn lighting on and off as you see it kind of dim down. But if you see the switches with the up and down arrow, if you push it and hold it, you can actually dim the lights up and down a little bit. There you go. We'll go back here. You got a water pump switch here at this display as well, and your tank monitors right here. This is going to tell you what those two blue boxes are throwing out for voltage, converting from 48 volts down to 12 volts for you. So as long as you see over 12.4 volts, you're good to go there. You do have a tab for lights. The rest of the lights here, you can do master off or master on, and then all the other lights, the ones that are grayed out for exterior and everything that's in blue will be your interior lights right there. But if you press these, it will also turn blue. Mechanisms right here be your fan. So if you turn this on and open it up, you got your fan, attic fan there operating. I'll go and turn that off so we kind of keep it silent there. And then just a settings page. You can set your clock and all that kind of stuff, system updates. You do have a mobile app here if you want to tie into the mobile app side of everything. You just tap it and then it'll give you your Mira code and all that kind of good stuff. And then on the driver's side B pillar here, this is your Serbo GX. The Serbo GX, so the Spyder control system controls basically all the switches inside the vehicle and all that kind of good stuff. This Serbo GX, really what it does is display to you information as far as where power's going, where power's coming in from, and all that kind of good stuff. So down here at the bottom right hand corner, you got your solar panels. We are not in the sun right now, but you should see that go anywhere from like 250 watts up all the way up to like almost 500 watts, like 485 watts or something like that. This is going to be your battery monitor right here, and it's not it's a more of a basic style battery monitor. It will give you kind of what's going in, what's coming out, but again, it just, all this does is just relays information to you. Up here, when you're plugged into shore power, it'll tell you the amount of shore power that's coming in, and you'll see kind of how the road map where the dots are kind of coming up. You'll kind of see it come all the way across right there. But if you tap the screen here, no, we slid the screen there. So if you tap the screen, you'll see this option pop up. If you hit menu, it'll give you an item list of everything. So if you wanted to turn your inverter off, you go into the menu page here, hit inverter, hit the switch button right there, and then you can turn the inverter off or on right there. I would stay away from the charge only, inverter only, and I would just only go with off or on, because if you go on, it will do both invert and charge. So whereas if you do charge only and you plug it in, you're never going to invert, and vice versa. If you're inverting only and you plug in, it's never going to charge. But that's pretty much your Serbo GX right there. This communicates with the Serbo GX, and the Serbo GX is actually this blue box right here, and then there's a HDMI wire and a USB wire that powers up the screen right there, and that's how it relays information back to that screen. You do have smaller Spyder control displays on the back by the bathroom, and also in the back bed area right here. And so you don't have to go all the way up to the front B pillar to turn lights off and all that kind of stuff. You can just turn them off via these, and bathroom lights and all that kind of good stuff. So water pump and all that kind of good stuff there. As far as electrical, your GFI is going to be in the bathroom right here. Underneath this cabinet. GFI box right there, and then you have your 12 volt and 110 volt breaker panel right here. Open that up, you got your breaker panels on the right, and you got your automotive 12 volt style fuses right here on the left hand side. And if anything's not working, refer back to the breaker panel or the GFI that's in the bathroom and underneath the sink. Okay. Up on top of the countertop, while we're staying on electrical, you push these down. It's also a wireless charger right there, so you can put your phone on top and charge it. Push it down, it'll pop up and give you 110 outlets there. Up top will be your awning controls right here. So as long as the van is off, as long as your van is off, you can hit the out button here. Your awning will come all the way out there, and you can stop it at any time. Your awning does have a wind sensor on it, so if it's all the way out and the wind gets over 20 miles an hour and it shakes the awning too much, the awning will recognize it and bring itself back in. You also have a ignition kill switch on the awning, so if you turn the vehicle on and the awning's out, it'll automatically bring it back in as well. As well as down here at the step, there's another little switch above that rotary switch right there, and that is going to be your step control. So while your car is off, if you turn that off, the steps will come out and stay out while you're camping. If you turn the car on, it'll automatically bring it in and override that switch. But if you leave it off and you come in and out, you're gonna have to wait for those steps to come down every single time you open that door. Okay, and that's pretty much the electrical side of your system here. You got your refrigerator here. It's 12 volt. We did a retrofit on there. It was a 110 volt refrigerator. It was kind of killing the battery down pretty quickly, so Tiffin retrofitted with these 12 volt fridges. Above that, you got your microwave there. As far as safety features go, you have a fire extinguisher here. You have a smoke alarm right up there. Then you have a propane/carbon monoxide detector next to the bathroom door. So that's pretty much everything inside your electrical system. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. We'll start on another video here shortly.